Today on Tricrow Studios, we say screw the pedal board and jump into the pedal drawer. Now basically, I'm not a big pedal user. It might be hard because of the, if you check the old pedal collection videos, I've actually gotten rid of a whole bunch of them, and by getting rid of them, I mean I sold or traded them to Kevin. But there's a few pedals that I always use, and I have a 4-year-old daughter, so having those on the floor all the time doesn't really work out. Knobs get moved, fear of trips kind of deals. So what I'm going to do here, instead of doing the whole pedal board thing, because I'm not really big into that and I like to get rid of some of the mess, I'm going to get a pedal drawer going. Now you're going to need a few things to be able to do that if you want to do this on your own.
You're going to need some pedals, you're going to need some patch cables, you're going to need some instrument cables, you're going to need a rack with some open space, and you're going to need a rack mounted drawer. Preferably one with a pass-through in the back. You're also going to need some source of power. Now whether that is 9-volt batteries or something like an iSpot or one of the power bricks, which I do think I want to invest in, that's up to you. So I've gone ahead and installed the drawer. This is a 2U drawer. The ones that I get are from AC Infinity. I kind of like the way that they look. Their overall quality is all right. But yeah, I kind of like how the handles kind of disappear, and the design on the front is quite nice. But they don't always kind of close the greatest, but it's not that big of a deal. Might be a little hard to see, but that is the cable pass-through in the back of the drawer, in case you are curious. They also come with the non-stick mat, or not non-stick, the sticky mat. That's gonna hold my pedals, I guess. Okay, to start out, we're gonna place the pedals that we want inside the drawer. You'll notice that I'm missing the wah. We're gonna get to that in a minute. But basically, I have my pedals in place, and I have fed through the power source, and I'm just gonna go ahead and connect the multiple outlets from my, I think it's called an iSpot. Now you can see the power is connected, so next up we're gonna go ahead and do the audio connections. Now this is the point where you might want to grab your patch cables, but we have to look back at our setup. So if I were running 3 or 4 or 5 pedals, then we'd want to grab our patch cables and figure out the order of our pedals. But look at this setup. I don't really need it, especially since I'm putting a wah in between. So this is where we're going to grab our instrument cables. Okay, so right now I've got 2 of the pedals connected. What I've done is I've actually done the input going into my first pedal in the chain, and then I have my output going from the final pedal in my chain, and that's going directly to the amp. This one is going to my rack tuner. So I highly recommend, if you're doing this, do this pedal by pedal and cable by cable, because you have the opportunity of kind of making sure everything fits and it's not going to be a giant mess. Obviously I do have room for other pedals should I want to put them in the chain. I might just throw like a delay or something else in here, connected or not connected, just in case I want to use it and it's kind of clean and get some pedals out of the way. But let's go ahead and connect the rest of it, and we'll take a look at how I'm going to set up the wall. Okay, so I've fed everything through. I've actually added the deluxe memory man. It's not in the chain, but it's there if I want to. I also put a, because this is 24 volts, so I put a different power cable coming in there as well, and it's connected at this time. So I could turn it on, turn it off. But I've got everything connected, and it's kind of all going through the back. and it's all fed down to the wah. So beforehand I had all of my pedals on the ground. Now all I have is just the wah pedal. So it's very easy, and if my daughter wants to come down and mess around, she can mess around with the wah pedal without changing any settings on my pedals. And there we go. So, suck it, pedal board. We have the pedal drawer. Now, one thing I do also want to mention, don't take this part out for the cable pass-through. Leave that in. It's very important that you actually do that, because if this is loose, then what will end up happening is, as you're opening and closing the drawer, it will start pulling your pedals back. But with this, all of your slack is already carried in here, and like everything's tight kind of here because it's being held, and all your slack's in back, so it won't actually fall at all. And as I play, I don't have to see my pedals at all, and if I want to change anything, I can go ahead and come in here, change the settings. I can throw other pedals in here. Very easy to keep your extra patch cables in. And again, I do have the little eye spot, so all of my additional plugins are right there. And I'm all set. Now I have an even cleaner setup.
So there you have it. That is the pedal drawer. So again, this is not going to be for everybody. This is more for someone who always uses these certain pedals, and you don't want to change your settings. You don't need to turn them on and off. I mean, while you're playing, it's not gonna, you're not gonna be able to go like this and then quickly. I mean, you could, but it's not gonna be ideal. But if you're not doing that, if you're like me and you want a more streamlined, clean setup, if you have a 4-year-old daughter who likes to mess around down with the gear here, then this is probably going to be best for you. And again, not that I've drawered myself to death, but there's my pedal drawer. There's all of my pedals. If I need to mess around with anything, I can just turn them off, turn them on right here. Generally, if I'm recording, a lot of times I am facing the computer, so it's very easy for me to just reach over, turn a pedal on, turn a pedal off. And everything is kind of fed, well, everything for my wah is fed underneath. All my cables are all in the back, so it looks very neat and very clean and highly useful. So let me know what you think. What would you have in your pedal drawer? Would it work for you? What do you have on your pedal board? Am I stupid for having a pedal drawer? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.